viewers, this day the train has moved us to Epicentre. We are here to find out more about the school. So follow me whilst I enter and find more about the school. Follow, let's go. Hello viewers, we are still at Epicentre. I asked you to walk in so that we can discuss more about Epicentre. I have with me here Madam Stella, who she's going to take us through what they do here. Why that school? Madam Stella, welcome to La TV Official.
Thank you.
Kindly tell us briefly about Epicentre.
So Epicentre is a special needs school. We work with children with autism, cerebral palsy, and Down syndrome. So we have day students who come in and go every day. We have a respite service. That's the child will stay in from Monday to Friday. And we also have weekend respite. That one they come on Friday and leave on Sunday.
Okay. So one will ask, when they come here, what do they do?
Okay, so we do physical activities, running, jumping, volleyball, hockey, a whole lot, football. We do voluntary activities, watching of books, independent life skills, self-help, a lot.
I saw some of them dancing and then singing along, with their parents as well. What is the brain behind they doing such activities?
Okay, so we identify their skills and interests and work with them. So when we realize your child likes music, we work on the music. When he likes playing piano, we work on the piano. When he likes to sew, we work on the sewing.
So for how many years has this institution exist?
So it's been here over 10 years. Yes, over 10 years.
What we know, and my viewers know, is that we are familiar with the autism and then the cerebral palsy that you are talking about, but we don't know that who are here.
We have Down syndrome, autism, and cerebral palsy.
So you have these three categories of people here.
Yes.
How do you handle them?
So we work with their IEPs, individualized evaluation plans. We look at their interest and work with it. And some have physio, speech therapy, and occupational therapy.
Okay. So
aside that, we do all those cognitive skills like the mainstream schools.
we were talking about when the school was established, and then I asked, what are some of the challenges as you teachers you go through in handling our sisters, brothers in such a manner?
First and foremost, getting staff or getting people to work with children with special needs is difficult. We don't just select anyone. The person have to go through training. For some people, when they come and they go through training and they realize it's really tough or
it's difficult for them.
Yeah, they don't come back. So what really need is people to volunteer, people to be ready to work with children with special needs.
So what has been the contribution from the parents?
Okay, so most parents help us by practicing what we do here at the center at home. So anytime they go home, they just continue with what we do here.
Because I saw some of the parents also doing the musical chairs, and then it was lovely. Seeing the parents also get themselves involved. So I'm not surprised that you are saying that the parents also get themselves involved. But let me be frank with you. What I saw, today, you are really doing well, because I saw one of the ladies singing, and I've even given her name Celine Dion. How do they get to learn the lyrics and then sing along like that?
Because she really likes music. I think she learns everything into details. There are times that you come to you and tell you, I want the lyrics of this song. Then you set it online for her, you give it to her. She'll be able to read and memorize it.
So no, let him come. Let him come. Come and sit. Viewers, yes, this is part of the training. So don't be bothered. We just want you to know, what the facilitators go through. So don't be bothered. How are you?
Fine.
You are fine. You see, I can't even communicate to her, because I'm not expert. But to us, we'll go ahead and speak to one of the staff who is physiotherapist would also tell us about what she does to make sure that these young people or these children also go through the therapy successfully to develop them as well.
Physiotherapist at Epicentre School. Over here I help children who have movement disorders, and the students we have here, usually those with movement disorders are those who have cerebral palsy, and so I help them to be able to gain certain functionalities so that they can use in their everyday lives. I assess them, and then through the assessment I'm able to identify what their problems are, and then I use exercises, interventions such as exercises, positioning, education even to the parents and to the students themselves, to help them to be able to at least gain certain function that they can use every day. And so as a physiotherapist, what I do here is I assess the students, like I said, then I set up an exercise plan or program for them, because cerebral palsy involves disorder of development. So the children are not able to reach certain developmental milestones. And through a planned exercise program, I'm able to help them to achieve certain functionalities so that they can move.
I saw some of them having an award. What is that award about?
So it's the head of state awards.
Do the people do or your children do to warrant them such an award?
Okay, so they involve in all the activities they do. They do skill activities, car activities. Yeah.
In a way, in terms of they embarking on, unless they embark on an adventurous journey where they hike. And such people, how do they do it?
Okay, so we work with different conditions here: autism, cerebral palsy, and Down syndrome. And those with autism, they don't have any physical disability. Those with Down syndrome, they don't have disability that's restricting them from participating in those activities.
Say that in the beginning it was very difficult. I was very sad and unhappy. But as time went on and I saw that I'm not the only person with a child on the spectrum, then I began to open up, and then I was ready to learn from others. And I think that has been very helpful in my journey. Challenges is that he's very hyperactive. So getting him to sit and do things the way you want is very difficult. But I'm hopeful that over time things will get better. I
Message to them.
recommend that they take heart. They don't let it eat into them. They take their time steadily and open up to friends and loved ones, and then I think that will ease the burden a bit.
Initial stages, and I wasn't know anything about what he was going through. So talking to other people, initially he was in the normal school, but the Ministry of Education intervened and said, no, this is not where he's supposed to be. So I searched for this school and I brought him in. And people also advised me, encouraging me about the situation. As for my son, he's not so much hyper. But sometimes he'll be hyper, and it doesn't matter where he was. If the hyper comes, he can even lie down on the floor. But with time and up to this time, I think I've been a lot, and I have learned a lot from this situation. Somehow, yes. Not fully, but somehow that it has been calmed down now. Before I brought him here, before man and God, Asari can even urinate on himself. Sometimes he poop on himself. But all these things have stopped now. To have heart and patience with them. It wasn't easy to take care of such children. But you have to. You have to have heart with them. And know yourself, put yourself in them. Other than that, you won't understand them. Because it's very, very difficult to stay with them. Even myself in the house, sometimes he can even slap me. But you have to bear with them that is not how you want. Sometimes after he does everything, he will start crying. He wept because he feels sad for himself.
So finally, before we go, the center. Do you have some challenges? What are your challenges before we draw the curtains down?
Okay, so what we need the most is volunteers. We need people to come and volunteer and help us in raising these children. And we need funds. If someone wants to sponsor a child, maybe the parents have difficulties in paying parental contribution to support the center. If you would want to take a child and sponsor maybe clothing, feeding, water. A week, I think we drink almost 22 bags of water every week.
Really?
So if you get someone to sponsor us with water, it will be very, very grateful.
Okay, so yeah, so your final word before we take leave to the parents and who are watching us.
So I think I'll make this example. When you want to bake a bread and you have a flour, you have all the materials. When you use excess or less of all the materials, it will still come out as a bread, but it will be lacking some things, or it will become hard or more fluffy, but it will still come out as a bread.
So you should just end that matters.
Yes. So you should see us as human first before our condition.
Okay. So viewers, you hear from Madam. It is not easy. You saw one of our sisters and brothers who came. I couldn't communicate to the person because I lack that training. But I have to come and volunteer my time also to help develop such people, because what I've seen here at the center, which is a school, it is so amazing.
Somebody